Hi, this is Chris Cartea. I wanted to give you a little public service announcement here about use of certain kinds of lubes. It was an incident yesterday when I accidentally had the Ultramatch Firestrike lubed with a silicone lube that contained acetone. And here it is, it's rebuilt. Is it firing at 100%? Nah, it's firing about at 95%. But that's because I used that 10 mil Teflon tape and it's got to break in the Teflon a bit. But I'm lubing it and I'm still seeing little pieces of black in there. That completely charred the inside of the combustion chamber. Completely lost one of my O-rings. The plunger stayed intact, of course, because it's not glued with crazy glue or hot glue or anything. It was glued with 3.5 ton 2-part epoxy. And the entire front of the chamber where the Venturi is was melted, meaning I had to go and recarve all of that. It was not easy because the plunger tube and this chamber are glued together, so I had to go in deep without scratching the plunger tube. The entire plunger tube was charred black. It was completely and totally just charred, and there was a 4-inch flame that shot out of it. I never found the dart, okay? What happened was I was doing my usual, this is the right kind of silicone lube to use right here. This is a really old can my dad gave this to me. And I basically did this. And then I threw a dart in there, okay? And I threw a dart in there, and it's still a little rough. And I fired it. What happened next was a lot like firing a potato cannon, where you fire it, and because the compression ratio is just right, it just goes boom. Now you may be thinking, where's this spark? Doesn't starter fluid need a spark? Well, if anybody's ever worked with acetone, if you pour acetone on the ground, it will just evaporate. I mean, unless it's like 20 degrees outside, it will just flash off the ground. It has an extremely low flash point. I'm guessing that when firing it, the compression reached that flash point and it detonated. Luckily, as you can see, the gun's physically okay. Everybody's fine. Nobody got hurt. But really read your labels. If you see acetone or petroleum distillates in any lubrication, don't use it for your guns. Okay? Well, petroleum distillates will mess up your O-ring, and not only that, probably attack your plastics. And acetone will attack your plastics and might do something like this. Now, do I think it could have happened on a retaliator? No, I don't think that the piston moves that fast or gets that hot. And I've never felt like the barrel itself get hot or anything like that. But then again, it's brass, and brass disperses heat, and you can't really touch the inside of the chamber when you're firing it. But I'm guessing with the friction of the O-ring, the amount of compression, and the fact that this gun does, depending on the dart, anywhere from 250 to 300 feet per second. I'm betting there's enough compression and heat to do that. So, anywho, be careful of your lubes. Be careful. You may lose, like, your most precious gift. Imagine if this was a pre-release long shot with Explorer parts in it that or Remedy metal parts that you spent hundreds of dollars on. Well, I think if it's a Remedy metal gun, I don't think you'd have a problem since everything's stainless steel on them. But good plug for Remedy, man. Good plug. Anywho, I'll see you later. This took like 3 hours to rebuild. It was not fun. Bye-bye.